We came to this local garden center to buy a few plants. Nothing complicated. At least that was the plan. But the first person to greet us wasn't actually a person, and this cat is the mascot of the garden center. That's what the owner told us. Although, judging by the way he walks around the place, I'm pretty sure he thinks he owns it and everyone else just works for him. After a quick inspection, he finally allowed us to continue. Near the entrance, there was a small fountain surrounded by flowers and greenery. The sound of the water completely changed the atmosphere. For a moment, it didn't feel like a store at all. It felt more like a hidden garden. And on a hot day in Turkey, a little shade and running water can make it very difficult to leave. The place was much larger than it looked from the road. Every path led to another row of plants, another group of trees, or another corner we hadn't noticed before. Of course, our local manager kept appearing nearby to make sure everything was under control. We started with the pots, and that's where our simple plan began to fall apart. One was too small, another was too heavy, and the prettiest one didn't really match anything near the house. Sometimes choosing the plant is actually easier than choosing the pot. Meanwhile, the mascot took a break near his food bowl. Apparently, supervising customers is exhausting work. We kept walking, trying to find plants that could handle a real Turkish summer. Here, it isn't enough for a plant to look beautiful. It also has to survive long, sunny days, very little rain, and soil that can dry out surprisingly fast. Like, the small flowering plants were the most dangerous. You pick up one, then notice another color, and suddenly you're looking for space at home for both of them. A few minutes earlier, you were only browsing. Then came the young trees. They don't look very impressive yet, but in a few years, one of them could completely change a yard and create the kind of shade everyone wants in summer. Nearby were piles of soil, bark, and decorative stone. A small reminder that a garden is never just plants. One purchase usually leads to another. A plant, a pot, soil, fertilizer, and somehow another pot. The deeper we walked, the more this place felt like a small park instead of a store. We were still trying to choose only a few plants, but the longer you stay surrounded by flowers, the more convinced you become that there is plenty of empty space at home. Maybe that's how gardens really begin. Not with one perfect plan, but with one plant you simply couldn't leave behind. We definitely left with more than we expected. The cat watched us go without much interest, almost as if he already knew we would be back. And honestly, he's probably right.